man. The Wendy Williams Experience.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What you're here are about to witness the greatest queen of all time. Okay, party people in the house. Turn it up, yo. Turn it up. This is it. Allow me to reintroduce this queen. From west to east. Just better get it right. Y'all know the name. Wendy Williams. Been in this game for a while. I hate to brag, but
Ain't nobody
it is phenomenal. Like the queen. Right here.
who can promise this with so much drama.
From yo block to yo block, heard of the number one female. Been doing this for years.
Every barbershop, beauty salon.
Who can promise this with so much this.
Again and again. Wendy Williams, bringing your name up. A lot of you haters scared to death.
She at it again.
Wendy Williams.
She in it to win.
Wendy Williams.
She back and she staying.
Wendy Williams.
The ain't playing. I like to present you the winner of the Game Shoes of the Year award.
Once again.
Introducing the queen.
Oh, there she go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience radio program. Glad to be here with you people today, as I usually am. Hey, keep it here today because we're going to talk about a whole lot, including Suge as it relates to Biggie, Denzel as it relates to Ladies Love Denzel. Did I mention that we have company coming in today? Well, Bow Wow will be coming in on the show. And stand by, warning, the game will be in the building again. His second visit here on The Experience. Had a good time the first time around. Can't wait to talk to him again. It is what it is, and the phone lines are open, 866-GET-WENDY. Welcome to the Wendy Williams Experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and distinction that I introduce to you the queen of all media, Wendy Williams.
I don't know why I'm moaning. I just got me a vitamin drip. Here's what you got to get. You've got to get the B12. You either get that shot in your behind or a drip right to your bloodstream. You got to do something. If you want energy of life, if you want to really be able to work every hour in a 24-hour day to the fullest without nodding off at traffic lights, because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? List at your job and how about this one? Have you ever fallen asleep in the traffic on your commute home from work? I have. Have you ever had to pull over at the Sunoco, not just for gas, but to just catch just 15 minutes? And you set the little alarm in your car, just 15 minutes to take you just another 15 miles, but you just can't take it. I have. Gone are those days. B12 shots, boy. And then they put your metabolism in overdrive without messing around with your thyroid. And you be losing weight and feeling energized, just jumping around. People asking you, what are you on? And you're all offended. Tell them about the B12. Hurrah! So, the game is coming in today. I'm very excited about that. We're going to find out what's all up with this GU knot. I mean, I got to get to the bottom. Just, I got to get to the bottom of it. I want to ask him about his relationship with Maya. That, we talked about it here on the show. And whatnot. The game. He'll be in today for the Hour of Truth. Hello.
Hi, Wendy.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Very good. Kind of excited to be speaking with you.
Well, thank you. And me too.
I heard on your show you had mentioned like a certain like jean company that will custom make jeans.
Yes.
And I was wondering if there's a possible way I can get that information from you.
Well, here's the thing. It's called the New York City NYC Jean Shop. And it's downtown Manhattan. And what they do is they have 3 different rises: high rise, mid rise, low rise. Then you start with a dark jean, and they lighten it as much as you want and put all the rips in the appropriate places. So it's not exactly custom making the jeans because the jeans are already made, but you choose the rise and you choose the rinse and you tell them exactly where you want the holes and you give them a couple of weeks and they come back and they're great. They have no stretch though.
Really?
Yeah, there's no Lycra.
Now, can you only get them through the shop? Do you know if they have like a website or anything like that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, when I was telling you about them originally, the website wasn't set up, but now they should have the website all set up. Go to nycjeanshop.com.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, and enjoy your afternoon.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And if that, by the way, is not the title of the jean shop, then it might be called the Jean Shop New York or just the Jean Shop. When they answer the phone, you ask them if they're right next door to La Perla and Jeffrey in the meatpacking district, and then you'll know that you have the right place. I would call directory assistance and find out in New York City. Hello?
Hey, Wendy, this is Wardell. How are you, my dear?
Wardell, my darling. Everybody,
Wendy.
this is the fabulous Wardell Fenderson, the wheel man of the famous Club New York, J-Lo and Puffy screaming at one another. And Shine, well, he's in jail now. He was accused of busting off the shots inside, and he handled those 11 traffic lights wonderfully, not getting anyone killed in the process.
How are you, my dear?
Fine, thank you, Wardell. He also gave his interview to me in my book, The Wendy Williams Experience, which is in stores now. That was released almost a year ago. I'm doing wonderfully. What brings you by, Wardell? You driving?
Oh, yeah, I'm driving. I always try to call you, Wendy. I never could get through. I always want to shout you out, baby, because you know I'm always listening.
I know, and Wardell, so Wardell drives for a living. Now, are you driving celebrities now in your, do you have a celebrity clientele?
Strictly corporate. I'm going back to my roots.
Okay, that little night at Club New York probably scared the mess out of you.
I would drive you, though. All you got to do is give me a call. My numbers are still the same. I would drive you in a heartbeat, but the rest of them, I'm strictly corporate. You're the only celebrity that I would handle, my dear.
Thank you, Wardell.
How's the 2 Kevins doing?
The 2 Kevins are wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Great. Give everybody my best, and I can't wait till your CD comes out. I'm really looking forward to that.
June 28th, a little driving music for you, Wardell.
Keep on doing your thing, girl, because can't nobody stop you. Believe that, okay?
Thanks.
And I know you ain't going to stop yourself, so, big things, baby.
Thank you, Wardell, and have a good day. Bye-bye. Oops. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, it's Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Good. I was calling because I was getting a little nervous. I was waiting for my call about the party tomorrow.
Oh, Taryn and Shaylin. What's the deal? Shaylin, I need a report.
We're going to work on it.
Okay. Yeah, they're making the phone calls to all the winners probably between today and tomorrow before noon.
Okay, cool.
Okay, but everything is still in place, just today and tomorrow before noon. And what you need to know is probably the most important thing, and that is the party is in Manhattan.
Okay, perfect. That's
Okay,
no problem.
terrific. Bye-bye.
All right.
Oops. Yeah, the girls are working hard. You guys pulled another 4 a.m.er last night?
No.
Hello?
How you doing?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Who's this?
Hi, it's Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
How are you?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I sent you a fax yesterday. I want to know if you read it.
You did what?
I sent you a fax yesterday. I want to know if you read it.
Well, no, what? Thank you. No, what was in the fax? I'm not sure. I get a lot of them.
About harmonica sunbeam?
Yes, I did get it. And I got to tell you something. I don't know how that ball got dropped, but I love Harmonica Sunbeam, and she's going to be at my red carpet party regardless. And I love the drag queen Peppermint, who I've invited to the party. You know what? People have just got so busy as time led up, and she's legendary. I know.
Can I get tickets to go?
Huh?
The ball? Can I get tickets to go?
No, we don't have any more to give away. We stopped on Friday.
Well, you're just full of surprises, aren't you?
Thank you, though.
I love you, Wendy.
Oh, I love you, too. In a really catty kind of way, he was talking to me. I love it. He was just being him. I love you, too, hon. Thank you so much for listening. In spite of that, there are no more tickets to the ball. It's not a ball. It's a soiree. A ball is where you wear ball attire and everybody's judging you on it. A soiree is where you wear what makes you feel comfortable. In this case, it's the first day of summer, so I guess it would be summertime, chic, fashionable, anything from jeans and, those Jesus sandals that men wear. I hate them, but, my father loves them. My brother-in-law loves them. They bought my son a pair last year to walk around Martha's Vineyard. I tried to control it by, leaving him out of his luggage. They bought him another pair. You ever wonder about that? Like when you send your kids away from you, how the rest of the family dresses them? Like in a way that you would never. My son one day, I got home from work and they had dressed him for school, when they were visiting. And he had on navy blue socks with white Air Force Ones. Shut up. And shorts that I meant to throw away the season before, but I didn't. Because, he dresses like all the boys do. Big and little. Everything's a little bit big. You don't want anything crotching him or whatever. The clothes were too tight. And I'm like, oh, my son. Anyway. Yeah, everybody. I got a celebrity spotting. Lil Wayne. And Tony, who's listening, is reminding me that Eric Benet's CD Hurricane is in stores today. And, well, Tony, that is not me. That is Hollywood pressing the crickets. Tony says, you reap what you sow. And the Bible says, judge not, least ye might be judged and whatnot. And, okay, so fine. Yeah, well, I'm talking about Eric Benet with crickets, too. I'm on Hallie's side. But Tony says about the CD, first of all, he says, why don't you get Elisa to book Eric Benet on the show? Or at the very least, if he is interested in coming up, have an interview with you. In spite of all the buffoonery and Negroidian antics going on with the show, good luck with the CD. I plan on purchasing it, and Mario Winans' song is fire. Thank you, Tony. Tony was just being real. That's what I love about the show. He's screaming at me and, in part of it, but at the very end, he says, peace out, one love. Thank you, Tony. I love you for listening. I love you for having an opinion. Love me some opinionated people, boy. I got 30 seconds on this break. What are we going to do? All right. Look, I'm lining up. I'll hit you with that Lil Wayne celebrity spotting. We'll talk about Denzel in the next break. I can give you... it is what it is. I'll give you what I can. Thanks.
It's Wendy, man.
Me and my wife have been married for 15 years. They threatened to leave.
What did you do?
Had a problem with drugs.
You got the drug voice.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Just asking, what's your drug of choice?
You name it.
Coke?
Yeah.
Weed?
Yeah.
Crack?
Yeah.
Heroin?
Yeah.
E-pills?
Yeah.
Whippets?
Alcohol.
Gorilla?
Yeah.
PCP?
Yeah.
The Wendy Williams Experience. Wow.
Girl, I'm sorry, but we look good. If we don't meet someone tonight, I give up.
Since when is giving up an option? Don't worry, you'll meet Mr. Right, and when you do, just make sure you BYOC.
BYOC? What's that?
Bring your own condom, girl. We need to be prepared.
You're right. There is no man so sexy that's worth the risk of getting an STD. Not even Mr. Right.
What's up, ladies? Did I hear someone mention STD? That's what I heard. There's nothing sexy about getting an STD. Not to mention HIV. I'm with you. I like a woman who shows she cares about herself, who's not afraid to take the lead.
Well, you gotta act like the kind of person you wanna attract, and you can quote me on that. Come on, y'all. They just started playing my song.
Protect yourself and your partner. Bring your own condom. For more information on HIV and other STDs, call 311 or visit nyc.gov/health. A message from the New York City Health Department.
Hello? Oh. 107.5 WVLS, today's R&B and classic soul. I was in the hall socializing with my coworker, Vaughn Harper, who will be in tonight at 7 o'clock for the Quiet Storm. I can remember when I used to do nights, back in the day at KISS, and I'd be on from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And showing up at the radio station, like I was here really early this morning. I was here by like 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I went back out for my B12 shot. Vaughn was here then. So he's been here all day. And there's no sign of leaving. I don't see like a valise in his hand or anything like that. So whatever. Maybe he takes the B12 shot too to keep all the energy. He'll be on at 7 o'clock tonight with the Quiet Storm. Goodness knows I'd be home getting ready to watch Oprah while listening to, this show, of course. But Vaughn's going to be at the party, I say all that to say, tomorrow night. My whole WBLS family is going to be there. Kid from Kid and Play is filling in all week, WBLS morning show. G Wiz is here. He used to be Kid and Play's DJ. They're both going to be at the party tomorrow night, which I'm looking forward to that. Diddy confirmed yesterday. Mike Epps, love him, the Honeymooners. He'll be there. Jadakiss, of course. Tommy Hilfiger is going to be at the party, too. He's got his new show, which we haven't got a chance to talk about. Maybe at the party, we'll be schmoozing and booking him on our show. A. Marie, of course, is going to be there. Lynn Whitfield, Tracy Morgan, RuPaul, Bakeem Woodbine. Yeah, Cisco, Cameron, Geraldo, and his lovely wife, Lisa. MC Light is flying in just for the party. And plus, she's going to be a guest, I think, tomorrow on the show. And Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live, Fat Albert, Ray J, Farnsworth Bentley, Zab Judah, Heather Hunter. You got to taste it. She's going to be at the party too. And of course, Marcus Houston and Jaheim and Al Sharpton, AJ from 106 and Park, soon to be his own sitcom. Of course, Black Rob, Jewels, Jim Jones. We got all that squared away. And many more. So, for those of you who are coming, I can't wait until tomorrow night. For those of you not, we got a whole bunch of the different internet websites that put pictures of parties up, and plus, hopefully, you'll be able to see the pictures. It'll be picture worthy for In Style magazine. Excuse me, not In Style, Life in Style magazine, which I absolutely love. That's the new one, where the price is right, and also In Touch magazine and Access Hollywood and BET Nightly News and the UPN 9 News and stuff like that. So all kind of things going on. Shout out to my radio peers in the game. I hope to see you there, from Star and Ed to Angie and, Flex and whatnot, and radio crime bosses from around the city. You might not be my bosses anymore, and you might have tried to woo me so you could be a boss, but no hard feelings. It's all in the game, and I would love to see you guys there too. Can I talk about LA weight loss? I'm feeling particularly... is it on the log? Oh, it is? I'm just picking what I talk about. No, it is actually time to talk about LA weight loss. 1-800-448-TRIM, 1-800-448-TRIM. LA weight loss, thank you so much. You give me the confidence. That last 15 pounds, I'll tell you what, those are the confidence pounds. Like, losing weight is one thing, but you have that last 5, if I could just get rid of all what's going on under my bra strap, if I could just, get rid of, when I put on my thongs, do you know how even if you're not fat, but if you have that fat at your waist, then your thong digs in and it makes the marks? You know what I mean? And then you can see that little flappage through your dress or whatever you're wearing. That last 15 helped me with that. Thank you, LA weight loss. Thank you, LA weight loss. There was a certain angle, a profile that I had, where if I tucked my neck too much, then I'd have like a teaspoon of fat, right under here. Thank you, LA weight loss, for that. It's like that last 15 helps in just, a little something. Thank you, LA weight loss. 1-800-448-TRIM. Real food for real people. No food group is off limits. They've been in business since 1987. I'm not saying do what I did, but do what millions of people have been doing for over a decade. Call LA weight loss. Lose weight immediately. 1-800-448-TRIM. It's 1-800-448-TRIM. Oh. Trevor just showed me a sign that he's about to play another Trev Hollywood production. Hit it!
Wendy brings the heat. Volume 1. Source June 28th. Jaheim featuring Jake. Beanie Man. M.O.P. Styles P. Marcus Houston.
Wendy brings the heat. Volume 1.
And don't forget the album release party.
The thing is, you can't buy your way in. It's like the first free party ever that I can think of this fabulosity.
Don't miss the album release party, June 22nd. Wendy Brings the Heat, Volume 1, in stores, June 28th. Listen to Wendy Williams, weekdays, 2 to 7 p.m. for details.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Wendy Williams and Suge Knight.
So how do you feel about people still looking at you as the cause of Biggie's death, Tupac's death?
Somebody said I had anything to do with both of those deaths is actually really crazy. But I got a lot of jealousy though, because you know I'm my own man. I do my own thing. I don't bother nobody, but I don't run from no.
Right.
And the thing is, for his Pac, everybody knew how I felt about Pac. Everybody knew how Pac felt about me.
We got him. This is it right here. Miss a day, miss a whole lot. Coming through your speakers, boy. It's Wendy, man.
Alrighty. You know, I know the name Charlotte Church. If I was still in Ocean Township, I might know more about Charlotte Church. Who the hell is Charlotte Church? Why do I know that name, but I just can't. Anyway, she's only 19 years old. And I'm talking about her now because, you know, she loves to binge drink, which, you know. Anyway, I mean, as much as I talk about drinking, I'm not down with this. I'm just passing it along to you. She said she's revealing now the full extent of her drinking binges. She said that she loves to down 10 double vodka shots on an average night out partying. She says that she loves something called Cheeky Vimto. It's a double port mixed with Alcopops. And she loves to drink that before she leaves the house. And then when she gets to clubs, she definitely takes advantage of the free champagne. And she's regularly seen stumbling out of clubs. And for her 19th birthday that she recently celebrated, she went on a 72-hour drinking binge. Here's how she described her drinking in an interview with a magazine called Heat. She was asked what she drinks during an average night out on the town. And she says, I can sick 'em. If I'm home, I'll start with Cheeky Vimto. It tastes like Vimto and Ribena. They're lethal. Once I'm out, I'll have 10 double shots of vodka. Then I'm pretty much KO'd. But if I'm in London, the club owners give me loads of bottles of free champagne. I hate champagne, but I still like to drink it. Excuse me. And I don't actually like alcohol. If I'm having a meal, I'll have lemonade. The only time I drink is to get pissied and dance like a crazy woman. Back there. I got you already.
Put that where? Back there.
Dear Wendy, I don't usually put people's business out there like that, but however, I'm sick of rappers, the hip-hop community, artists, etc., trying to act like they're all this and that. You know, Wendy, I work at a hotel in Midtown Manhattan, which a lot of celebrities stay in our hotel, being that we are very hip-hop geared towards young people. I have a lot of dirt on people. However, it is none of my business to put it out there. When celebrities come and stay here, they are just like any other guest, but we always have people in the music business, especially the hip-hop community, trying to stiff us on their bill. I'm just tired of it, Wendy. Pay your damn bills and stop trying to get freebies everywhere. Wendy, we have Lil Wayne and his entourage staying with us, and he asked the hotel to get him a 10-passenger limo, kept the limo all night and refused to pay the driver. Boy, that's black. He told the driver to charge it to his room. Mind you, Wendy, he never gave the driver even a thank you or a gratuity fee. When the hotel tried to charge his credit card was declined. When he was asked for another form of payment to settle his bill, he said, and I quote, Wendy, I'm a rapper. I don't pay for anything out of my pocket. He just flat out refused to pay and stated that his manager will pay for it, which his manager was nowhere to be found. Now, why are you going to act like that? You got money with all the flashy jewelry, the designer clothes, and the whole entourage, but can't afford to pay your bill? That's just plain old ghetto. It gives black artists in the black community a bad rap. Yeah, and not only that, but it gives young people in general a bad rap. When I say young, Lil Wayne is like, 20 years old. So whether you're black, you're white, Indian, Puerto Rican, whatever, it gives you all a bad name too. Like, that's why, old people like Mr. Trev Hollywood, who does the production for the show, he all the time, he says, why do young people think they can get away with this and that? He talks like he's 80 years old. Trev is like, what? You haven't even crept to 35 yet. He's a young man. But, he and I co-sign. We have that in common. We do talk about, we observe, the young people, particularly the interns, because we got a good squad of interns. But in order to keep the interns motivated, they're learning from true old school people. All young people aren't bad, and all rap artists aren't bad. Many of them overtip and to overcompensate for, I guess, people like, perhaps Lil Wayne, what hotel this is. Oh, I should have known, the W. They got the banging bar. Well, she forgot to block it off the fax. Yeah. The W Hotel, too. I was going to say, when she said very hip-hop friendly, I was going to say, it must be the W. So Denzel Washington is about to grace the stage at the BET Awards. He's going to be getting the Humanitarian Award at this year's BET Awards, hosted by the fabulous Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. Love that. Did you see Ruben last night on the show? All of us? Ruben had like a 2-second role. He is getting bigger and bigger. Ruben, you look like you're about to explode, really. I don't have a mean-spirited thing to say to you at this point. I'm all talked out. Just Ruben, 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. LA weight loss. It worked for me. It could work for you. And, they don't, I believe, have a national endorsement person. I'm not big enough, because I would step up and do it. I think that weight loss money is fabulous. Jenny Craig and whatnot. I couldn't believe Lewinsky didn't lose the weight. They support you in ways that John Q person doesn't get supported during weight loss. Plus that $1 million, or sometimes multi-million-dollar paycheck, and all the free clothes. You've got to believe that along with signing for $1 million in money, they also have somewhere in there, they'll buy you all, free clothes. They'll install all the weight loss equipment in your house if it's working out that you want to do. Hell, they'll damn near build you a pool. Ruben, you've got to do something, and you got to make it beneficial for your pocket, too, while you're at it. 1-800-448-TRIM. 1-800-448-TRIM. It's LA weight loss. Millions of people have lost millions of pounds. Ruben, it's time. Why am I talking about Ruben? Because I was talking about Will and Jada. Because I was talking about the BET Awards. See, look at me. Taking my memory pills. Which I was talking about Denzel. And his fabulous wife, Paulette. And they'll be there as well. So the BET Awards, June 28th. Don't forget to watch. All right, everybody. Advice Hour is coming up next hour. I would love, if you can drop me a phone call at 866-GET-WENDY. The thing is, please don't get impatient. I'm diagnosing many patients on the line. So if you just have a little patience, I'm going to pick up your phone line too. Okay? Once you call, we'll put you on hold, and I'll be there.
Wendy, man.
My boyfriend and I have been dating for about 4 months now, and first time we had sex, he could not get it up at all.
Maybe it's drinking. Is he a drug user? Does he take any depressants or anything?
No, nothing.
Maybe it's...
How you doing? The Wendy Williams Experience. Anybody need some?
Should I leave? Like, is that selfish to my son?
Come get some.
Let me tell you, Wendy, it's really a trouble with a dude.
Advice out.
I'm having a problem with my fiance and his family.
I was in a relationship with this girl for like 18 months. She told me the relationship meant nothing.
Always drama.
Call Wendy right now. 1-866-GET-WENDY. Fax Wendy at 866-WENDY-FAX.
Wendy, can you give me advice on plastic surgery?
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Artie, you tell Miss Wendy, you're not going to run me out of town. I'm staying right here in Philadelphia, and you need to respect that. It was an embarrassment to me. And just because you're a freak, you don't have to let the whole world know it. My church friends are even listening to it now. You need to get that crap together and do what you got to do. I can understand it's your job and all that, but you have to go into detail about all that freaky stuff. How you doing? Answer message.
This it right here.
Miss a day, miss a whole lot.
Coming through your speakers, boy.
It's Wendy, man.
You know, Life and Style Weekly. Do you read that? It is my religion. So they've got a story running. The new one hits the newsstands tomorrow. In major cities and then nationwide on Monday, but they always give me a heads up, and I want to shout out to Lindsay Lordenstead over there. Thank you for sending me this. Shout out to Marisol Lopez. Marisol, thank you so much. I'll see both of you girls tomorrow night because Life and Style Weekly is covering my pink carpet party, of which I can officially call it a pink carpet because the carpet is actually sitting in the pink room right now, all rolled up. I said, who ordered the new Karastan? Wow. And they said that's the pink carpet for the. I'm like, is that how it works? Like we have to roll out the pink carpet ourselves. We have to cart it over to the venue. The pink carpet is in the damn office. Is it hours after everybody walks on it? Because if it is, then I would like that pink carpet to be in the pink office. But I can't believe how ghetto that is. That the pink carpet is all rolled up in plastic in the office. That's just like funny to me. When Oprah has a party, is her red carpet sitting in her office at Harpo Studios? Anyway, Life and Style Weekly is about to hit you in the head with some brand new information, a big story about Jen and Brad. And I've got the exclusive before it hits newsstands. So I'm going to share that with you next hour, where it looks like we'll have all the time in the world together since the game has canceled all press for the remainder of the day. Not just me. I have no idea what it's over. His people are up in arms and upset about it. My office just got a telephone call about a half hour ago. I neglected to tell you guys that in the last break. And Bow Wow has a new CD in stores on July 12th. And so he is actually going to come in on that week of July 12th to talk about his new CD. So here I go. In the beginning of the show, I started out saying the game was coming in Bow Wow, and now we have nothing. But we've got this great story with Jen and Brad, and we've got a whole bunch of others. We're always good with making our own fun here, right? So why should that stop? I want to thank you people for being more informed than me pertaining to who the hell Good Charlotte is. The Juice Kid says Charlotte Church is a young opera diva. Remember the 1999 MTV Music Award held in New York at the Met? She was the young opera diva who was featured. I do remember that. Thank you for reminding me. And then Janine reminded me also. Charlotte Church is a little opera singer, white girl. She must be trying to change her image because she's not even a pop star. Yeah, all that drinking. She's an opera singer. All that drinking and boozing and yeah, she's trying to, I guess, be like the rest of the young Hollywood. Always on a substance. Dear Wendy, I need some advice. I've been dating this guy for 3 or 4 months and I wanted to do things a little differently this time. So I did the 90-day Ayan Lavan Zant waiting period before I gave him any sex. Well, it seemed to be okay until this past weekend, Wendy, he just unloaded on me and told me that he couldn't F with me like that. It all started when we picked up my son from my brother's house and we were driving back to his place. His daughter had a Mickey D's Happy Meal and she was going to share it with my son, but I told my son that we were going to Mickey D's to get him one. So his daughter began to rip into her cheeseburger, and her father told her that she didn't have to do that because we were going to get him one anyway. Oh, rip her cheeseburger, I guess, in half for the son. Okay. And her father said, you don't have to do that. They just said they were going to Mickey D's themselves. So then I turned and I just confirmed what he said by saying, honey, you don't have to share because we're going to get one now. I didn't do it in a mean voice or anything because I don't get down like that. Well, my man just flipped the script on me. He said that he didn't want to see me anymore and that he couldn't F with me like that because what I said to his daughter was an attack on him. Mind you, they're having this fight in front of the kids. Anyway, Wendy, I was and still am so confused because I still don't understand what I did. I feel like there's another reason he did this because the reason he gave just doesn't sound right. Wendy, I'm so upset because I've allowed this Negro into my life. I've been staying at his place for the past 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, and he told me that I was a nag and that I say all the wrong things at the wrong time. He basically told me that I meant nothing to him. I know I need to suck it up and keep moving like you told the other guy regarding yada, yada, yada. What do you suggest that I do to take my mind off of this? Well, nothing beats the man that you've left for the new man. I mean, we can say all of those earthy things, and sometimes I get caught up in saying earthy things too. Why don't you enroll in a course? Why don't you get more into yourself? Join the gym, work on your promotion. But let's be real. You need to get back out there on the track. That's what you need. And by the way, if you're going to wait 90 days to have sex with a guy, don't you think you need to wait that same 90 days before introducing him to your son? And you know what I'm saying? I think that the introduction of your son is more valuable in terms of oh gosh, I mean, you were staying there for 3 or 4 months. You said you've only been dating, or 3 or 4 weeks. You've only been dating him for 3 or 4 months. So that means that when you stay there, your son is staying there and the kids are playing. I think you need to, if you're going to apply, think, holier than thou regarding sex. Now you need to think about who you introduce your child to, because this is, and just move on. You know what I'm saying? Just move on. Get yourself out there on the track, buy you a new bra, that pushes them girls up even higher, and keep working on your inner person, so that you have something nice to bring to the table, like, a nice salary, a centered disposition, and whatnot. This guy sounds crazy. I mean, from how you're describing. I would move on. I mean, there are two sides to every story. You could very well be a nag, but I would move on. And the way I would do it is by throwing myself into projects I've wanted to do, whether it's retiling the bathroom or whatever, and throw myself back out there on the track. And re-judge your 90-day rule to let that include your son in the whole bit. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, welcome to Advice Hour.
Hey there, Wendy. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm well. Wendy, quick item. Last year I was a finalist on The Apprentice, and I didn't make the show, the last person cut. What do you think the secret is to getting on that show? I'm a black attorney. I'm also a professor. I thought I did a great job, and I didn't make the show. How can I get on that show?
Well, last season was... Who was the black guy who was on there? Because there's always one, if not two. That wasn't Kwame. I lost interest after Kwame. I don't know the secret to getting on that show. But I would say to you that if you were the last person to be cut, then you should try again, because you might not be cut the next time. You might be an apprentice.
Are you sure? Because frankly, I thought it would hurt me because I've seen the process. I know what they go through. I thought maybe the producers won't even look at me this time.
Well, nothing beats a try but a failure. or a failure, but a
true.
try. I mean, if I were you, I would try out again. Sure, why not? In the meantime, you got a thriving practice. It sounds like you got a lot going on in your life. And you can certainly put that you were a finalist, the last one to be cut in The Apprentice.
Well, this is true. Wendy, will you appear on my casting video? Will you say hire him Trump for me?
On your video?
On my casting video.
What is that? What, talk about you and say why you're right for a job?
Exactly.
Man, I don't know you. Why am I going to big you up? I don't
Come
know
on
you.
now. Wait, get to know me. In fact, I'm going to be at your 6 o'clock meeting today.
You're going to be over at Sony?
Exactly.
Oh, well, great. Oh, terrific. Now, how did you get invited to that, everybody? I'm speaking at Sony BMG today. I'm talking about radio as it relates to the record industry and the world.
Exactly.
So how did you get invited to that?
A good reporter and a good attorney never reveals his resources.
See what I'm saying? It sounds to me like you need to try out for The Apprentice again. And I look forward to shaking your hand today.
If I make it, then I will definitely sneak in a... you can put that where?
Back there.
Damn
Back
tippy.
there.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Hello?
About Wendy?
Yeah, hi.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable.
Well, welcome to the show.
Hey, listen, I got a serious question I want to ask you
Okay.
because I've been with this girl for like 3 years, and we're sexually active, bought a house together and everything. We're not married, but we're getting ready to get married, getting ready to move to Texas.
Nice.
But I got a question.
Okay.
After the sex, right? Now all of a sudden, I'm starting to smell like a condom smell. Me and her we don't protect ourselves.
Uh-huh.
But I'm smelling like rubber all of a sudden. So what is that?
Maybe she uses a diaphragm and you're knocking it up.
Diaphragm in there. I'm starting to think, because I'm trying to figure out like when this girl got time to do something. Is she cheating?
Well, if you smell condoms and you're the only man in the room, then even if she was cheating, they wouldn't be, unless the next man is in the closet.
It's not the R. Kelly thing.
No, I think that might be you all's friction and just something that you smell. I mean, does it smell like something foul, like something crawled up in her and died? Maybe
nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. It just smelled like a rubber. Like the other night, we was in the band. She was like, she's like, oh my God, it smells like a rubber. I'm like, yeah, it do smell like a rubber. I'm trying to figure out what you doing. Is she, when I step out, are you doing something?
I don't have an answer for you on that one, sir.
Oh my God! When I thought you was a genius. I
sorry.
thought you were the one.
Sorry to disappoint you.
You know what? I'm glad I got you on the phone. I want to say one thing. I met you years ago at Plainfield High School. I might have been like 14 years old at a basketball game. It was like 98-7 against BLS or something like that. But you're beautiful. I love you, man. You hold it down.
Thank you very much, and congratulations on your woman.
Okay, thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hey, Wendy.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. I have an advice question, but first, can I ask you, where do you get that B12 drip?
You go to a vitamin store and you find out the best place to go with holistic medicine and things like that. I'll tell you what, you could probably ask I get a drip, but I go to a health center to get it. Okay. However, you can get a B12 shot. Ask your GYN if she does them.
Okay. That sounds good.
She'll give you a shot in your booty and you will be like, whoa, charged.
I need that.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is this. I used to have this guy I was seeing. We used to go together before. And recently we got back in touch. And we decided we were going to, hang out a little bit and, get back in touch and, just be friends. Mm-hmm. And recently he asked me if I would have sex with him. And to tell you the truth, I'm very attracted to him. And I remember... But the way the sex was, and he's really good, and he's nice looking, and I'm considering it. But I don't want to feel like bringing myself down or diminishing myself, because I have a high self-esteem, and I consider myself, I like to take care of myself and do right by myself. What should I do about it?
Well, you have to compartmentalize what the sex with him means. Does it mean that you are now his girlfriend? Does it mean that, you open yourself up to falling back in love with him? Maybe you're not ready for it? Or is it just plain old sex? I mean, I don't think it's demeaning. Are you having sex with anybody now?
No.
Might as well be somebody you're familiar with.
Huh?
It might as well then be somebody that you're familiar with.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm just afraid that he'll just look at it as sex, and I'll look at it like, okay, I'm falling back in love with you.
Okay, well, maybe you need to have a deeper conversation with him. Like, where are we really going from here now that we've rediscovered each other? Are we just lifelong friends, and that's just it, and now you want me as a sex buddy? Or are we looking to fall back in love and take this to the next level?
Well, if he says just sex, is it okay for me to just go ahead with it anyway?
Only if you can. You know what? It would be fine for you to go ahead with it anyway, because there's nothing wrong with a sex buddy, especially somebody that you're familiar with, somebody that you've been with. The deal is are you going to turn soft and pink and fall in love?
I think I will, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Well, then that's why you shouldn't have sex with him then.
Okay. Thanks, Wendy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
It's Wendy, man.
My boss came into my office, and he basically brushed up against me with his penis.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know how should I handle that situation?
The Wendy Williams Experience.
This hour of the Wendy Williams Experience is being sponsored by our fabulous friends at Verizon. Verizon Wireless, love them. That is my phone service. It was before they came on as sponsors of this show, and it will be, because in the foreseeable future, I don't see anybody stepping it up like Verizon. And shout out to everybody who works elsewhere, but I like to get every cell phone call that I receive, and I don't like to be cut off, and I like everything to sound crystal clear, and that's why I'm in the Verizon family. Now, let me talk to you about the particular telephone that they have right now, which is fabulous. I have one. It's called the VCast. It's only from Verizon Wireless. You can watch video clips, interviews, Comedy Central E, the hot entertainment news. If you love it, you need this telephone. Sports coverage for the athlete in your family. If it's you, great. You get the biggest games from Fox Sports and ESPN, late-breaking weather. You have the games on there, so while you're bored, sitting, waiting for your girl as she tries on the 100th pair of shoes at Petite Baton downtown, you just pull out your Verizon VCast and you start playing games. You make busy. They even have unlimited access to mobile web 2.0. And the web services come up faster than ever before. Now, how would you like to have free 2 months of Verizon VCast VPAC? Would you like that? Well, you go into the Circuit City right now, or the Verizon Wireless Communications store, and ask about it. They got that $15 month access, plus that'll be added to your calling plan. Go to Verizon Wireless or go to Circuit City and find out more information, okay? Now, this is subject to customer agreement, calling plan, and get it now agreement. Subscription to the VCast VPAC and VCast phone required, and VCast coverage area is available in 30 markets and covers 75 million people. I think that covers your social life, doesn't it? 75 million people? If you need to know people beyond that, then you got a problem. You truly are one of those people that does not want to be alone. By the way, I know tomorrow is the big pink carpet party, and no, I won't be there, but the Laugh Factory, the Wendy Williams Comedy Experience, is still going on tomorrow night. Still funny, still Capone, still Ray's House of Plenty, still it is what it is. It's still at 42nd and 8th Avenue, and it's still called the Laugh Factory, and it still goes on tomorrow night. The Wendy Williams Comedy Experience. Oh, shoot. Turn this up. Shout out to Cassidy. No new reports. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget his CD comes out also on June 28th. It's called I'm a Hustler. Shout out to Swiss Beats, the monster. And his lovely wife, Mashunda. Shout out to that whole crew. Yeah, keep your head up, Cassidy. You know, if you're innocent, then hopefully the legal system will work for you. You know what? I want to shout out to everybody in Newark, New Jersey. Shout out to you good people for all your support for these many years. Shout out to your fabulous Mayor Sharp, James. Mayor Sharp, I will see you tomorrow night at the Pink Carpet. Shout out to the entire family over at Razak. I love you all. You all have been supporters of mine for years. I was in the Dwayne Reed right before coming here. My eyes were dry, and I picked up a little, moisturizing droppage for my eyes. And while I was there, I was in the hair care department, and I happened to have seen the fabulous Cover Girls. I judged this contest. I helped with this contest. Razak delivers. If you pick up a pack of Razak Mix No Lie Conditioning Relaxer, of which I got 5 hairs on my natural head, there's nothing to relax. No, I wasn't picking it up. But if I had more hair, I definitely would be using the Razak system. But we use other Razak products at our house, which I happen to love. I love the shampoo and conditioners and stuff like that. But on the No Lie Relaxers, on their products, you see these girls? You see these beautiful lovelies? They were part of a contest. I say all that to say Razak is one of the big sponsors for tomorrow night's Pink Carpet Affair. And I will see, the entire Razak family there tomorrow. Also, another big sponsor of tomorrow's Pink Carpet Affair, Hush Magazine. I love this because it's an adult magazine. It's brand new. In the premiere issue, they talk about Fat Joe, Black Rob, who they say Black Rob back like whoa. Black Rob has a song on my CD. It's called Warrior. Yeah, it's crazy. Plus, they talk to the game, and it's on newsstands now. It's called hushadultmag.com. If you would like to go online and take a look at what's going on, hushadultmag.com. But the magazine is called Hush, and it is a skin magazine. I mean, I love skin magazines. Thank you, Hush, for sponsoring the party, being one of the many sponsors, and thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for leaving me a few copies of the new issue, and good luck with your Hush magazine. Fabulous. Love that adult entertainment. What is today? Tuesday. Friday's right around the corner. If you haven't made plans, you need to include the shadow. You know why? Because Friday is a big night of the shadow. However, I'm playing it off. However, I made a mistake. I thought Friday was July 1st. Next Friday is July 1st. And the Shadow and WBLS are proud to present Spinderella here from Salt and Pepper. She's still spinning. She's going to be spinning at the Shadow on the first Friday of July. And the first Friday of every month. The only first Friday of July, I might add. But the first Friday of every month, the Shadow has something special going on. So make sure that you keep it here for all the details, because we're celebrating the 107 days of summer. That's right, we are. It's your station with today's R&B and classic soul and the Wendy Williams Experience. It's 107.5 WVLS. Whoop, whoop. It's the Wendy Williams Experience, everyone. Thanks for being here. It's still Advice Hour. Shout out to John and Ali listening. They listen. They research cars. You can go to their website at beyondimage.com, as they have here on their facts. But they listen in the shop as they take cars and just, supersize them. They got their business over in Union, New Jersey, Beyond Image. Anyway, dear Wendy, I met this man that I'm very interested in. Well, I was attracted to him from the very first time I saw him. He was tall, dark, and handsome, not in a too pretty way. His dress was always clean and neat and well put together. He had style, and not in a metrosexual way. And then, Wendy, his smell. Oh, he smells so good. His senses leave me reeling. Excuse me, he leaves my senses reeling. After months of checking each other out during our work commute, we slowly fell into some small conversation. Wendy, he's educated and funny, but not annoying. We exchanged numbers, and true to his word, he called me. We had so much in common, almost similar upbringings. He never cut me off when I was making a point, and actually told me he agreed with my opinions. He took me on a date and was a real gentleman. I have to say that this guy had potential. I was willing to go out with him again, and maybe we would see where it went from there. Unfortunately, that's when his wife called. Wendy, I didn't see this one coming. I thought he was gay. Maybe. But married? Oh, no. Wendy, I was left disappointed. What upset me most was not that he was married, even though I am not an advocate of infidelity and would not have entered in such a relationship. I was more upset that he would undermine my intelligence and not tell me from the beginning that he was married, thus leaving the decision up to me whether or not to be the other woman. I agree totally. I co-sign with what she's saying. That's similar to if somebody's bisexual. Can you please share and leave it up to me as to whether or not I want to be with you? Oh, boy. Let me finish. Wendy, not only did he feel the need to cheat on his wife and cause her pain, but he felt compelled to do the same with me. Not to mention how stupid could he be not to tell the other woman about his wife. Doesn't he know that it's easier to cheat if the lesser known parties have agreed to it? What can I do in the future to not enter such deceit? That's from Mariah in New Jersey. Mariah, ask point blank. And don't ask in that gum chewing way, when you first meet a guy. And I say gum chewing way, don't take that in disrespect. I happen to chew gum all the time. And when I say gum chewing way, I mean, you're all right. Oh, exchange numbers? All right, well, I'll take your number. You're not married, are you? It's so easy for a guy to quickly say yes or no. What you got to do is re-ask that question in an intimate setting, like you're at dinner. He's calm and poised, and you can see his body language, and then re-ask him, and ask him again. Like you need to ask. You need to and hell, use past bad experiences with a man that you almost got involved with, and turned out he was married. His wife called you, and you begged off because you're not that kind of girl. That's all. Ask him, but you can't ask him when he's not sitting still to check his body language. I mean, you ask him once before, you give him your number, you take his number or whatever, but ask him again on that first date when you are aware of body language. If he starts scratching his face, if he starts to fidget, if he diverts from your eyes all of a sudden and looks down at his plate as he says no. There's really no foolproof way. Except do you want to run a background check? Do you want to invest money in a guy that you're about to potentially go to bed with? No. Jeez, I'm sorry to hear about that, Mariah. Dear Wendy, I think I found my soulmate. The thing is, he doesn't want a wedding, and I need. She underlines need, and she italicizes need, and she darkens need. Oh, boy. How old are you? Oh, I'm 25. Okay. I'm not saying that wanting a wedding is a young thing, but I'm just, need. Like, what? What? Anyway. He doesn't want a wedding, and I need a wedding. I never dreamt that I would even find a person like this. Oh, I understand. But I definitely want to be in a wedding gown, a bridal party. I want the works, and I'm an only child, and my mother passed away at 42 and was never married, and I really want my grandmother to be able to see me walk down the aisle. Oh, I understand. My man is really against a wedding for what I don't know. He keeps saying he doesn't like being in the limelight or whatever, but I keep saying that it's not for you, it's for me. I'm starting to think this may become an issue in our relationship, but how do I try to convince him that we have to have a wedding? Oh, by the way, I'm 25 and he's 24. He's 23. He's going to be 24 in September. Do you think he will change his mind? Can this even become a serious issue that breaks us up? We're both in love and love each other dearly, but this is bothering me. Yeah, this could be a deal breaker. And furthermore, wait, I'm going to have to talk to you. What was that time that you just held up? Is that 2 minutes? This could be a deal breaker. Let me put aside my disdain for big weddings just a moment and be a cheerleader. I understand you needing a wedding. I also understand a 23-year-old man not having the finances for a wedding. I also understand who's paying for this big wedding, a princess? And do you all have a house? Because what you will need is a house. You know, and what you'll need is savings. What you have is the greatest love of all, according to you, and apparently he feels the same way. What you have is your grandmother alive to see you experience the greatest love of all. You don't need a wedding. And yes, planning big things like this and how the money gets spent, and if the money gets spent, tend to put so much pressure on couples that couples have been known to break up over things like this because people's true colors show. Princess, I would think long and hard about what you really need. And if it is a wedding that you need, then you've got a lot of work to do to convince your boyfriend, soon to be, I guess, your fiance, that you need a wedding. Personally speaking, I'd go to the Justice of the Peace, have your grandma make the dinner, have a little celebration in her house, and call it a day.
Wendy, man. I have a girl, right, for 10 years. Like half of it, I've been in jail like 5 years. I come home recently, right, and I come to find out now she's dealing with women. I don't have no problem with that, you know what I mean?
As long as you could be in on it.
Yeah.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
What's your name?
Wendy Williams.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Well, here we are, the four of us in tow.
Yo, what's up? It's Kels, your music weatherman, and I want all of the sexy ladies and the dressed up fellas to join me for the official Best of Both Worlds after party. Happy People Day.
You know how we do this.
Yo, did you catch this flashback?
Let's just revisit that Snoop Dogg fight and hit my gin and juice. I brought my CDs in from the car, and I was thinking, this is clearly not music to fight by. This is music to you swag in the club. What? This is like a theme song when you first get in a party. Oh, shoot. Bartender, give me my gin and juice. All right, what's up? How you doing? All right. And you swagger through the party, sipping out of that skinny straw. Shoulders snapping up and down. Neck knocking back a bit. See what I'm saying? You see something cute and fine standing over there. Now you start your head nod and you bite your bottom lip. Right? And you take another sip, and everybody in the party is beautiful. And you had you some get right before you got in the club, and your head is in the right space. Turn this up. Nobody's fighting. Everybody's lamping. Oh.
So we gon' blow an ounce to this. G's up,
freeze up
for a second now.
Right? Now you got that right there, right? But they're on stage fighting at the I just don't get that. Now, the same club, the same people, but you throw on, as far as I'm concerned, music to fight by. Hit my MOP. Oh, shoot. Tuck your jewelry. Put the gin and juice down. Pick up an empty bottle of something. It might have to be your weapon of choice. And then the beat is on.
This it right here.
Miss a day, miss a whole lot.
Coming through your speakers, boy.
It's Wendy, man.
Well, Dawn in New Jersey, everybody. It's the Wendy Williams Experience here. She is a waitress, and she said she's been waitressing for 9 years, working her way through college and grad school. She says she's an excellent server, and she usually receives a 20% tip from hardworking everyday people. But she has a list of celebrities, and, recalling in her past what they tipped. She says... Chino XL and his daughter back in the day tipped anywhere from $4 on tipped $4 on a $40 tip, so that's 10%. Peppa, Tretch, and Vinny tipped $10 on a $120 bill. Joe the singer tipped $5 on a $50 bill, and he was with his Asian jump-off. She puts in parentheses. Lawrence Taylor from the Giants and his family tipped $8 on a $140 bill. Jizza and his wife and kids. $10 on a $100 bill. But they say Jizza came back with his Asian jump-off in the same week and tipped $15 on an $80 bill. So maybe what you got to do is catch people when they're trying to impress somebody. They give more tip. And then it says Method Man and Red Man, $5 on a $100 bill. And she works at the Olive Garden on Route 22. And that's how it's going down from her perspective. Oh, now let's talk about the man from Advice Hour. There are two people who have faxed in regarding to the smell of rubber that you smell after you and your girl finish doing the nasty. One person says, the guy who called about the woman with the rubber coochie, that is very funny because that's not what he said, but it's funny that you capsulized the moment and said that. Tell him it could be in his funky spunk. Since they don't use condoms, it could be something that he eats that makes his funky spunk smell weird. That this person suggests once you splash off in her, then smell, and the smell is in the air. It's because, anyway, it could be something you're eating, sir, is what they're saying. I can't get into all the graphic details. Thank you for faxing that in. But listen to this person. They just cut right to the chase. Wendy, that guy you were talking with the girl who smells like rubber, she's cheating. I know, because I've been there. I cheated and used condoms, and yes, the smell does stay. So he better do some investigating. Really? Wow. Well, and guess what? I'll save this story because I want to luxuriate over this one, and I don't want to see any fingers going in the air telling me to wrap up a damn break. How much time do we have left on this break? Oh, I might as well do it now. I'm going to read it the way it is because you know what? This is very Negroidian, Sharon Stone. This just in. This just in. All right, just give me any news sounder possible. Oh my gosh, we got every engineer in the radio station here trying to figure out. There you go. Turn it down. Oh, it's too loud. Sharon Stone is living only a few miles away and is said to have more than one nanny to look after her child. But Sharon Stone left her adopted son, Roan, in the car being looked after by her chauffeur for more than 2 hours while she sat and ate a late meal at one of London's most fashionable restaurants. Despite the heat on Saturday night, 4-year-old Roan managed to sleep through his mother's date with a mystery male companion. He did not even appear to wake up when scores of flashbulbs exploded as she was leaving the Ivy restaurant around 1 a.m. But many will wonder why she took the boy with her and left him in the car when she lives close by. Especially because she's dealing with a court battle right now with Phil Bronstein. You know, he's battling for custody of Roan. They say that she arrived at the Ivy, probably the restaurant where celebrities stand the most chance of being photographed. She got there at 10:40 p.m. And an onlooker says, I was stunned when I saw she left her son sleeping in the car. Why on earth would she do that when she has a house a couple of miles away? It was a hot night, and he could have been traumatized by the camera flashes going off. Well, Sharon Stone is not answering any phone calls. And you know what? I guess it's not... I mean, I just find the whole thing bad, especially in this day and age where Sharon Stone is worth so much money. Was that chauffeur driver her brother or her father or cousin? How does she know that chauffeur driver wasn't going to drive off with Roan in the car and set up the only kidnapping ring? I mean, I know you have to trust somebody with your kids at some point, but why trust unnecessarily? Like, why wouldn't you just bring the child home and let him be at home in his bed with the nanny? I guess she had something to prove to Phil Bronstein, you know, like she's out and about, so she went to a highly publicized celebrity haunt where the paparazzi lamp in the cut and, you know, take the pictures and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that if Wyclef left his son in the car, people would be all over it. So, therefore, Sharon Stone leaving her son in the car, I'm not letting her breathe. I'm saving this for the bonus hour, too.
Mama!
No, not you, honey bunch. You would never be left in the car. Even though he often says, leave me in the car. I want to play my PSP. I'm like, no, you're not going to stay in the car. And I could be running into 7-Eleven to get milk. I'm like, you're coming in. You know, the biggest inconvenience, though, I got to tell you something. I used to want to leave his behind in the car because the doing and undoing of the seatbelt, you know how, like, you can't just unlock the door and you know, their fingers sometimes aren't strong enough to pull the door out. Just get in the damn car, you know, crawl over to your side of the seat, sit down, put the seatbelt. Now that he's so self-sufficient, it's a pleasure. When he wasn't, I used to have to, oh gosh, put my bag down, lock the door back. Because if the killer comes, he's going to take my handbag off the front seat while I'm trying to put him in the back seat. If the killer comes, he's going to, you know, carjack both of us as I'm halfway out the car trying to secure his seatbelt. I mean, just the whole thing, and it all surrounded by the killer. Because you never know when the killer's going to strike. And by the way, civilians, you don't have to be a celebrity for the killer to strike. Ladies, how many times a week are you leaning in the car with your child, screaming at them at the same time as you're helping them with the seatbelts or putting bags in, and you revert back to that Texas flashback, that woman beating the daylights out of her daughter and leaning in the back seat of the car? I think about that at least once a week. Not because I'm beating his behind, but because I'm in the same position. Like I'm leaning, but I'm trying to negotiate bags, but my behind is going in and out, and my arms are up and down, and from a faraway camera, it could look like I'm crucifying him in that back seat. But in actuality, I'm just putting bags back there. I think about that Texas woman beating the stew out of her daughter at least once a week. Oh, my mother. That's what my mother's saying. I'll beat the stew out of you. Everybody, this is an experience must watch. Thursday night, being Bobby Brown. And I apologize in advance. I won't be here on Friday to go over it with you. I'll be watching Thursday night from a hotel room in New Orleans, or else I will have to catch it on a rerun because I'm starting my CD tour on Thursday. I'm going to New Orleans, and then I'm going to all the wrong buttons. Focus. I'm going to New Orleans, and I'm going to go to Dallas, then I'm going to go to LA for 3 days. And I'm hosting like parties in each market, like parties, and I'm doing video shows and CD signings and all like that. And then I'm coming back to New York, and then I go back out again on next Wednesday. I'll be doing my show live from Power 99 in Philadelphia, the mighty Power 99. You know, that's one of the stations that has this show. And I'm hosting a party on Wednesday night at Club Beyond in Philadelphia. And then I'm getting on the plane. I'm going to Chicago and Detroit. So shout out to everybody in Chicago and Detroit. I know that you guys are relegated to listening online to this radio program. But I can tell you in Detroit, I'm going to be pulling a shift at WJLB. And in Chicago, I'm going to be pulling a shift also. So while I know that the purpose of this tour is to plug my CD, I'm looking to do a good job for the program directors out there, so maybe they'll add me to their markets. So if you all listen to the show, can I just ask you in advance in Detroit and Chicago, can you make a lot of phone calls to the show? Because the bosses will be listening in the back. And, if you all say you want it, maybe you can force the boss's hands or something out there. Oh, boy. Paula Abdul's worst nightmare is coming true. Fox has agreed to meet with Corey Clark to discuss the allegations about the torrid affair. Wow, it just won't go away. The WB has ordered a second season of that show, Beauty and the Geek. It just debuted last month, Ashton Kutcher. Have you ever seen it? I'm not interested at all. I mean, it just debuted. They ordered another season of it. It's a reality series that consists of yeah, okay, let's move on. Look at the crickets. There they go. They've left the room. Oh, Comedy Central. You know I love David Spade. Oh, I love Spade. I had no idea he was such a little man. I met him for the first time. Victoria Gotti had a party on a rooftop here in New York about a year and a half or 2 years ago. And David Spade was at the party. He's a little bitty man, holding on to his last few hair follicles. I mean, you know, like he keeps his hair long to compensate for the thinness going on, like all around. But nevertheless, I like him. I think he's very funny. I think when David Spade signs on to a sitcom, I'm so there. That one about the magazine, I can't even think of what it's called. I always watch it in reruns. It comes on late at night. Well, Comedy Central has greenlit a new David Spade project. They are moving on without Dave Chappelle, honey. It's called The Showbiz Show with David Spade. It's a weekly series that's aimed at celebrity news. It's kind of like The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. But except Jon Stewart did hard news and David Spade is going to do celebrity news. The Showbiz Show. That show could be more grist for the mill of this show. I don't know that he's the right host for something like that. The Showbiz Show. Well, this is what Dave is saying about the show. He says there's so much funny stuff in all these magazines. Shows that in these magazines and these shows that there needs to be a different point of view. I'm not saying it has to be mean, but mean jokes aren't always the funniest. Oh boy, they've watered him down and put him on Comedy Central. Chappelle, they're trying to move on without you, alas. We, the watching public, can't let that happen. Dave Spade, I love you. But if I watch you, then that gives support to you and makes them close Chappelle out. Alas, you're a white man in Hollywood. You'll find other work. I cannot support you. I must stick by Chappelle. Thank you. We'll be back.
Wendy, man.
I just heard something about Boy Game. Is there any truth to the rumor about him being on Changing Heart dating show or whatever?
Yeah, he said he was on it. He did what he did. You know, whatever. Okay.
The Wendy Williams Experience.
Germy toilet sniffling kids.
You can't touch this.
Office doorknobs, ATMs.
You can't touch this.
It's a germy world out there, but sometimes you just gotta touch, even though germs can cause illness. So when there's no soap and water, reach for Purell. In just seconds, Purell kills 99.99% of germs that hands may come into contact with. Grocery carts, preschool floors, greasy food courts, restroom doors.
You can't touch this.
You can touch, then Purell. Use as directed.
Alrighty, everybody. It's 107.5 WBLS. Today's R&B and Classic Soul in the Wendy